Hey, so if you are here with me, this is quite possibly my last transmission for um, COVID-19 online distance learning, whatever we're calling this. So hopefully last night you saw that Find Out First sent out, or FCPS through Find Out First sent out this message that basically said teachers assigned their last assignment on Friday, June 5th. Of course, my pump was gonna, oh, hey, bye. Okay, thank you. But teachers assign their last assignment on Friday, and then you guys have Monday and Tuesday to make up all this work. And then Wednesday we submit grades. And until the 17th, then you are going to be doing virtual field trips that the county has provided, which, okay, cool, not a bad plan. But what it does for our class is, like, we had tried to plan on that extra time. And I talked to some of you before and I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I bet it's not that. And so now we are rearranging things and making it work, which is what we do best at this point. So if you are in my block 2 class, we are going to finish our novel Refugee. I'm going to do that through Pear Deck, and that's going to be your responsibility for this week. I believe Ms. Kowalski's already posted the Achieve 3000 things, so it's that and Refugee, and we're done. Congratulations. I will have a nice little final piece for you to reflect on the book, and that's it. Blocks 1 and 4. So if you're block 2, you can chime out now. You don't want to hear all this stuff. Okay, except I do miss you guys. Hugs. Come see me when we're back in person. Okay. Block 1 and 4. So we are in a very different situation because I have multiple projects going on in your class. And I don't always know who's doing what, because some of you've kind of come on a little late, and that's okay. It just means we have to be better communicators. So if you are doing the narrative, what I would like to see is I wouldn't say a final draft, because hopefully you still work through editing it, but a final throughout this time period draft. Like, what was the best you could come up with? And then I'm going to ask you to submit a reflection of what it was you worked on. Did you work on character? And your story's not that great, but you think that your character is really strong because, or did you work on building up that conflict so that when the climax really popped, you were like, oh wow, that's intense. Or did you work on dialogue? You really wanted to make the dialogue realistic and you really wanted to make it believable. Those things. Research project people. You should be pretty well set up at this point. You have your research question, you have your research, you have your journal review that you can use. That was only on one of your articles. You might have like 4 or 5, and that's okay. I just wanted to make sure you guys practice article review. And then you also have your outline that I asked you to draft. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take that outline and you're going to publish it in whatever form you wanted. So if you're going to do the essay, then you're going to map it out with those headlines and write it in a very technical based writing piece. So technical based writing means you're not going to use the personal pronoun I unless it's in your rationale pieces. So here's why I'm doing this. Or the discussion at the end. So now that we found these findings, I think that. But when you're looking at the actual data that you got, you don't use the pronoun I, because you want to be very objective. If you're taking it into an infographic, kind of the same thing, but try to put things into pictures as much as possible. If you're doing a video, okay, I'm not going to give you a time limit, but it definitely needs to be over 2 minutes, because you need to speak slowly so people can hear you and understand you, not like I'm modeling right now. I'm probably way too fast. But that's because my webcam cut off on me last time. So we're going to be doing that. And then I'm also going to ask for a reflection from you guys. What did you find? What did you learn about yourself? How would you continue this? Things like that. Okay. I am assigning one more journal, and it was a student request. And so I will make sure that that's out by Friday. So that means you'll kind of double up on journals this week. It's going to be the academic through a pandemic, and it's going to be a timeline of how you grew or how you changed or just how things went from March 13th on. So what I notice about a lot of your journals is that, like, when school was first announced as closed, a lot of you were like, "Let's go!" Right? I should have done it more like, "Let's go." Um, Nobody Snapchat that, please. Okay, so by the end of the 2 weeks, a lot of you were already saying, "I'm kind of bored," or "I miss my friends," or "We need to, change things." And I've seen that up and down throughout your journals pretty much the entire semester. And it's impressive. Like, a lot of you have really grown during that time. And so now it's time for you to look back and be like, where was I then and where am I now? And play with that timeline a little bit. And you can make it silly, you can make it goofy, you can make it whatever format you want. Some of you are going to just write me a journal because you've expressed that's what you like. Some of you might do it in a poem, which, by the way, your poems were awesome. I love them. That year of my life was great. Um, and some of you might try to do it in a video or whatever. And I don't really care how I get it. I just think that getting it is the most important piece. Um, Look for some mail because you're gonna get some mail from me soon. And that's about it. If there's any interest in like a summer journal writing club, I am happy to lead it. Just send me a message and be like, Krem, I want that. And I'll try to give you feedback as much as possible because this is probably a good summer if you're ever going to take on any writing activities to do it. Just because with the pandemic, you guys haven't gotten a lot of instruction, so practicing is what makes it better. And before some of you shut me down right now, I know you're practicing soccer because you know that practice makes you perfect. So do the same with writing. You know who you are. On that note, I am going to clean out my classroom today. It's going to feel a little George Feeney-ish, but you know what? It's cool. I miss you guys too. I will see you hopefully in the next year. If not, we'll text or something. I don't know. Okay. Bye.